Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Starring Clark Gregg, Ming-Na Wen, Chloe Bennett, Elizabeth Henstridge, Henry Simmons, Natalia Cordova Buckley, Jeff Ward.
Courage is like there.
I think we're live now.
It's live.
I know. Sorry for the delay, everybody. I am not technologically advanced, and so we had a little ish with the sound. So on right now is Gary Brown, who directed this episode, but we might not be able to hear him. We're not sure yet. And then Joel, who plays Enoch, is with us as well. Some other people might be stopping by. Oh my gosh, Enoch, you're on screen right now.
I can't believe it.
So the episode has already started because we just like to keep you all on your toes. You just never know when we're gonna come live.
Do I look like me?
You look exactly like you. You're doing some really good phone acting. Poor Enoch. I think he really just wanted to chat, and then
I'll help her, Bruce.
Do you remember what you answer the phone with?
Oh gosh. I don't. I should, right?
I'll do my Enoch impression. Ready?
Okay, thank you.
Crazy canoe.
Of course.
You remember now?
Yes.
Oh, and the thing with that bar is that that's the same set. Oh no, we lost Gary.
Uh-oh.
That's the same set as.
Gary's gonna come back better than ever. I have a feeling.
I have a feeling too. You know, Zoom is a different beast. Yeah, so the bar is the same set as the bar from last episode. We just did some rejigging.
Isn't it amazing? Am I allowed to say that it's also the bar from season 6 on Kitson?
Oh my gosh, I'd forgotten that.
That space has been multiple, different places of fun. All kinds of fun have been had in that space.
Well, we sure know how to reuse a set on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, I learned quite a bit on that show about that. Like, it's kind of stunning because you'd never know it.
No, you'd never know.
They do such a great job.
Such a great job. And the other great thing of this episode is we shoot in LA as a show. We shot in LA, but this episode is set in LA, so we get to showcase Los Angeles. And right now, Yo-Yo is driving with Deke, and oftentimes we have to hide the palm trees and make it look like it's the East Coast or whatever. Oh
my God!
Palm trees. Susan!
Hey!
Man himself.
My gosh, look at all your plants.
I know. I have a little too much time on my hands. You're gonna have to rescue me from.
Oh my gosh, they all look so healthy.
Yeah, I have a lot of time to take care of them right now.
That's amazing. I can imagine you being good at plants. We are terrible at plants. That's fake. That's fake because they all die. We've got 2 at the moment that we're trying to keep alive, and the leaves are brown already.
Yeah. It's like a $4,000 fake plant back there. It looks really good.
Right? From a distance. I feel like now we've got Sousa. Obviously the episode started, but I should read the description of this episode because it's all Sousa. Ready to jog your memory. It was just another average morning on July the 22nd, 1955, when Agent Phil Coulson realized the importance of that day in the S.H.I.E.L.D. history books. With a chip on his shoulder and a genre-bending glitch in his system, he'd set into motion a chain of events that would hopefully preserve the timeline as we know it and ensure those pesky chronocoms get the ending they deserve. What could go wrong? Oh, it doesn't actually mention Sousa, so might have spoiled it there.
I don't think you did. I don't think you did. I think it was set up. I think it was set up in the preview from last episode.
I hope so.
What a twist in that last episode, eh?
No, that's this episode.
Oh my gosh.
There could
No.
be a twist.
There's no twist. Nothing.
Gary!
Don't even think about it.
Oh, is Gary back? We had an issue with Gary's
Gary's name is on the screen. That's all I
Oh, so he can see us. Hi,
So-
Gary. I love you. So can you? We're watching it now,
Where's
Enver,
Gary?
so I can tell you what's going on if you like.
Oh yeah, I'm not watching it. I'm not. Yeah.
Don't worry, we're really
I don't-
technologically on it over here.
So this is being recorded, just so I know not to say anything badly.
Yes, this is recording right now.
Okay.
Not
So
swear. Although you
I won't
probably
swear.
on YouTube, but you know,
You never to embarrass yourself.
yeah.
I
don't-
let my acting do that for me. I try to let the work. I let the work speak for me.
You know what? We all look, talking about letting the work speak, our work, everybody's work looks amazing in this episode because it's all black and white. We all look incredible. Not that you guys don't already, but I mean,
Are you talking about
Whatever happened to black and white? It really does. It makes things look amazing.
Oh
Like
my
why can't we
gosh.
just?
yeah. I want to know how Gary lit it differently and stuff because it's very reminiscent of 50s movies, how he like lit it and shot it. And we just, oh, we're at an advert now. Oh, we can relax.
Oh,
Oh, good.
I'm gonna look through some. Guys, send me your questions so that I can ask our guests. And we also have Zach. What
Joel, by the way, I didn't say hi, Joel. How you doing, man?
And there, it's great to see your face, sir.
So good to see you. So good to see you, man.
Are you in LA? You're
I am.
okay.
I am.
I just remembering a conversation.
I mean, really, I'm just in my room. You know, I kind of feel like I could be anywhere in the world, like, because it feels kind of like, well, yeah, I do feel sometimes like I'm in Australia or something like that, for as much as I see my friends.
you look like you could be in Paris right now or London.
I am. It's true.
Are you missing traveling in there?
Yeah, I am. It's a bummer. I don't got complaints, man. People have it tough. You know, I'm okay. I got my plants.
Well, you could leave your plants now anyway.
Do you have names for your plants, Enver? Could you introduce your plants, please?
Yeah, I mean, it might take a while. No, I don't know. No, I don't have names. But if you went out on I have this like balcony kind of area. If you went out there, you'd see that I'm literally turning into a little bit of a farmer. It's kind of crazy. I've got some tomato plants, herb plants.
Urban farming, man. It's the way to go.
Way forward. Jen M, all in capitals, says Enoch and Susa in one video. I'm screaming. Just so you know.
We are too.
People are excited that you're here.
Very excited. There's a ton of
People
comments.
wants to know, Nudie and Yo-Yo says, how did you get into acting?
Joel?
Is that quite a long question? Oh, people doing the plants.
How much time do we have?
Here's an easier question. If that one's too long, you can choose which one you want. I can't remember who said it now, but they said if you could play one other character, which would it be? I'm going to try and find your name. Oh, N. Wow, what a baller. Just called N.
That's what we all called you.
There you go. What? So if you could play one other, if you could be another character for a day, who would you choose? Has to be Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. character.
Yes.
That's the end.
You go first, Joel.
That would be Elizabeth.
Oh,
Hands
is
down.
this my amazing hairdo this season?
Just it's for the hair mostly
For the hair, yeah.
that I want, but just to walk in your shoes for a day.
Yeah, well, I don't blame you. How about you, Enver?
Enoch, definitely. Enoch is such a cool character. I don't know if I could do it, but Enoch is so fun. Yeah.
You do it so well, Joel. And
Give it a go.
Enoch is on fleek this episode. That shirt you've got on, like a little Hawaiian shirt situation.
I was so happy to wear that.
Very on Enoch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, casting against type.
Hey, we're back now, and we just walked through. Oh, it's the train.
What's
What
happening?
was that?
Train?
Was that a real train? Do you remember? I mean, obviously it's real, but like it moved.
Yeah, it
on.
was. Yeah, no, it was like we were like, oh my God, I don't even know if I should tell you the actual train story. Should I do some? I mean, is this good for behind the scenes?
Yes.
It's not a spoiler. So they we're getting on a train and everybody's like, oh man, this is so awesome. I can't believe we're on a real train. We get on the train.
I wanted to be on that train so bad.
Oh,
And then they clicked it, and then like it was kind of like to get it going. And I guess they had not emptied the tanks, the Blackwater tanks.
like toilet tanks.
Yeah, from the weekend before when
dear.
they'd had some big party. So we didn't like nothing happened until we got started, and it kind of shook everything up.
Oh,
And then there was no going back, and it was, we called it the poop train. It was the poop train.
That's
So it was, I mean, there were some parts of the train that were like less than others, but there was a couple cabins there that were
that's how they got
uninhabitable.
I'm sure. The train people were like, yeah, you can have that train. Sure, we'll give you a special break on it.
Was it hot that day? I feel like that makes smells worse.
You know, I think I just remember one thing. I just remember the smells. Gary, oh my God,
Is he back?
I don't see him signing on.
He's trying. This is the director of this episode, a big mentor for me, and I think all of us. Gary also is a producer on the show and runs the whole production side of it. And he also directs, and he directs a ton of second unit. Well, all the second unit, loads of the fights you see, Gary's directed them all. He's a true king of S.H.I.E.L.D.
The beast.
He's a beast.
Don't give up, Gary.
Yeah, keep going, Gary.
Don't you stop. Don't you stop.
7 seasons of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Zoom took him down.
Yeah, it was.
There's lots of phones in this episode. Everybody's in like Yo-Yo is just in a pay phone, and then Enoch with his phone in the bar. I feel like usually we just do a little thing, but we can't do that in the 50s.
I was just thinking of the last train scene. Well, I don't know when it was, but early, and you.
Oh, with Stan Lee.
Lee.
Yeah, I wonder if that was the same train. Was it like in Chatsworth or somewhere super far?
I think it wasn't Chatsworth. Somewhere like that.
The track that everybody they just pop a different train on and you get to go up and down.
It was fun though. I got to say, it was really. I mean, there was
amazing.
somehow. So I think they fixed it. It somehow got better. But those scenes were really fun because it was a lot of ADR. I don't think we were able to use a bit of the dialogue like with the actual original sound.
Yeah.
But it was like just the train moving and like and like we had that a lot on Agent Carter, where it's what when you get into acting as a kid, it's what you think acting's gonna be, right? Yeah. Like on the street in like a car from the 40s, you know, and like 100 extras, and you're like, and then you get out and like, you know, walk up into a house, you know. That was a lot of Agent Carter. We had some of that. So it reminded me of Agent Carter, where it was really, you don't have to do anything when all of that stuff's in place. I mean, you got the wardrobe on, and there's a ton of extras, and you're on a train, and like the dialogue's so good. It just feels like it's so easy. There's nothing to be. You don't have to do anything anymore.
Like we were in Sousa's world. I didn't really think that at the time, but like this is your era.
Yep. It's
you wear it well, Enver.
You do.
Totally.
Well, you should see me try to do lawyer like cop stuff. It's just like if I have to talk about something that I don't understand, it devolves. So thank God, you know, they
Well, that looks good. We're back on the train now. You did a lot of scenes on that train.
Was it one day or more than one day on that train?
I think I just remember one big day on that train. We did the fight scene too. Yeah, I think it was one huge day on that train.
And it's all dependent, at least right now it is. So daylight dependent days when you're exterior are the best for actors because you know you're going to be wrapped at like 7:30 because the sun goes down and you can't shoot anymore.
Although I think they did the fight scene in the train when it wasn't running, so we did that at night. So we did in the same train. We did in the same trains, but it was like just at night, and then they just lit it up and everything.
Oh, I'm gonna look for some more questions.
Fight scene.
Yeah, people are saying fight scene. We haven't gotten to a fight scene yet, but I mean, it's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You know, we have great fight scenes in there.
I predict a fight scene.
There we go.
God, I'm the worst. I'm just gonna stop talking forever.
No, never stop talking. Joel, was it a surprise when you got the call of, hey, you're in this episode?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I every episode was a surprise for me. I mean,
You.
what's that?
We left you.
Well, yeah. I mean, there was always rumblings of, that I would be back, but I didn't know when, and I was. It was just kind of exciting to always come back. I mean, didn't matter how many times I got left behind.
Aren't the conversations the best too when they go, you've kind of died in this episode, but we'll see you soon. It's not goodbye. We'll see you soon.
Yes.
And we don't know if it's going to be a week or a year or.
It's music, I think, to every actor's ears if you get to hear those words.
Yeah, I feel like we clapped you at table reads as like, we've left Enoch. Well done, Joel, and about 15 hats.
Yes, I don't take it personally.
Which goes to show how amazing of an actor you are.
I feel
Thanks
like
very
you're
much.
really good about that. Like actors that came in and really killed it. That
Yeah, if
even
they
if they
liked
thought
people.
it was
Yeah.
going to be a short arc, arcs were often extended.
Yeah,
based
like
off
Simon.
Of, yeah, but and Jeff, Joel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to say a bit why? So I did a little teaser in this episode of why this episode is one of the most significant episodes in my life, even though I only worked about 2 days in this episode. This is why Zach's here. Do you want to say why?
Well, other than, just enjoying the.
Other than you love the live.
Yes, of course. Yes.
And the acting, of course.
Yes, obviously.
This is why I wanted Gary on. Maybe Gary can still hear
Maybe
us
he can
because
hear
he
us.
was a huge part of this too.
I was planning like my proposal, like our engagement during this episode. And I was messaging a lot with Gary to try and figure out when she may be available because I wanted to do it out of town and had a very specific thing I wanted done. And so there was a lot of back and forth during this specific episode. So.
Oh my God, I love it.
So I flew out. He gave me the reason I had so many days off is because Zach had been chatting with Gary weeks before saying, could we get her out of this episode for a few days? Oh my gosh, Gary!
Gary's back!
Yay!
Audio.
Gary, that was perfect timing.
Via iPhone. Uh-oh, connecting.
Oh, everyone keep your fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Hey!
Can you hear us in our you can
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you. Oh my gosh. Hi, Benny Sue.
How's
The
it
gang's still here.
Hi.
Hey, GB, can you hear it?
I can hear you now that I got to the. Hi, you guys.
There you are.
Hey!
Gary Brown.
Gary, this episode is amazing.
It is. It truly is Gary Brown.
Oh, it was such a pleasure. I mean, what a joy to be able to get the lotto number to get this episode.
It was pretty amazing.
It's so cool and it's shot so cool.
Yes, so cool.
Gary, Zach was just saying, because I made him say it, about how he was planning with you this episode to propose, and you helped get me out and keep it a
I was
secret.
emailing Gary. quite
It
a
was
bit.
you were the only person that knew he was going to do it out of the whole world.
Well, I mean, like, there's a couple other people.
Well, maybe his mom, but apart from that.
Yeah. I think somebody,
Huh?
I think other people in this group knew as well.
Can I get rid of this?
Oh,
I didn't know. If the big question is, did Jed know?
Jed,
Oh, Gary, we can't hear you. For some
Gary,
reason.
you're on your phone, I take it.
I'm on my phone because for some reason we couldn't get the Zoom to work, even though I've done like 4 or 5 Zoom meeting calls in the last couple.
It's a tough adjustment.
Yeah.
We have hard times with
You
it
look
all
like you just discovered the phone.
Yeah.
What is this? What is this?
Thanks, Jed. Yeah. Can you see me?
Yeah.
You can tell I've been out in the sun a little bit too. It's a little red, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good, though,
You
man.
look good.
You look like pandemics agree with you.
It's the house of being sequestered at the beach.
Yeah.
Oh, what a hard life.
Yeah. Yeah. We're doing
So
we're
you
we're
got
doing our staying home.
Good.
Yeah.
Gary,
Enver, you look very studious and awesome.
I know. I'm loving all your plant life
I know.
and your
Yeah, I
book.
was telling them I have a lot of time right now to take care of them and talk to them. I play them classical music. Yeah, I got plenty of time.
Enver, that's a very commanding camera position you've got there.
I
Yeah.
know. Agreed.
Whereas yours is
Yeah.
a little diminutive, I gotta say. Gary, you're a little bit under the gun.
Yeah, I want that high angle.
Yeah.
High angle's good. Hey, Gary, how was it to shoot in black and white? Is that hard to light for? And like, were your monitors in black and white so you could see what it'd look like?
The monitors were in black and white, and Kyle Jewell did an amazing job lighting and photographing this episode. We as Jed and Marissa know, we worked very, very diligently in prep to put this together. And we normally use, and I'll say this real quickly, we normally use the zoom lenses, as we all know. And for this particular episode, to help with the 1950s authenticity, we decided to go with the prime lenses. And with those prime lenses, we discovered.
Why don't you explain the difference between a zoom lens and a prime lens?
Oh, Jed, were you listening to that?
Yeah. I always listen when you speak, my friend.
Oh my gosh. So the zoom lens, you can go from a very wide lens to a very long lens with the move of the lens with one hand, if you'd like to. With the prime lenses, we selected the 29 millimeter, the 50 millimeter, the 75 millimeter, the 100 millimeter, and used all those lenses. But our favorite was the 29 millimeter lens because you could get in nice and close to the actors, and you're also stay wide enough to see the environment that you're shooting in. And that was the lens that we chose, whether it was in studio mode on the dolly or we put it on the Steadicam. We also tried to be as authentic as possible and get in really tight on the actors for certain parts of the sequence. I always loved to use the tango head on the camera, which would allow you to go from a standard looking position to quickly to a Dutch angle, which we use.
Tons of Dutch.
Yeah.
Pardon?
Oh. There's tons of the Dutch angle.
It's
Yeah.
The Dutch angle is what Gary's employing right now.
Yeah.
Show us the Dutch. There we go.
That just it's off access a bit. So is that a 50s trope, the Dutch angle?
I'm sorry?
Is that a thing from the 50s, like what people did in film in the 50s?
Well, I mean, from the research that we did and the movies we watched, there was a lot of this, a lot of this.
Why didn't you use the iPhone? So much easier.
Yeah. We thought about shooting on the iPhone. So,
The iPhone, it's just like the Tango lens. You can use it very quickly,
yeah.
back and forth. But I mean, it was such an amazingly well-written episode, and which is where we always start.
We couldn't get Leitner on here. We couldn't get Mark Leitner on here tonight.
He prefers being behind the camera.
Oh,
Said.
he's such
sure
a.
he does.
I'm gonna text him right now.
Just so you know, his name is Mark Leitner. His email.
It is so well written though, and it's just I love the
beautifully written.
styling of it and the titles and
The voiceover and the,
yeah.
It was such a good pairing of Leitner and Gary Brown. You guys
Yeah.
really, you pulled it off with flying colors.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
And a good pairing. Clark and Enver both have old timey faces.
Yeah.
You know, so they both looked like they just worked perfectly. It didn't look like you turned the monitor to black and white. It looked like you found people who existed in that era.
Yeah.
Because we've worked with Joel and Enver, fortunately on a couple of episodes, and in the past, they're such terrific actors, and like you just said, Jed, the camera just loves them, whether it's in modern day time or if it's back in the past. I also have to say, well, first of all, Clark, I mean, every time he comes on the screen, it just lights up, and he did an amazing job with this, like he did with the entire series. But Tobias, I think we have to reach out and say, you know, what an amazing job he did throughout, from the creation of that character all the way through this episode.
He plays the Chronicom, right?
He plays the Chronicom, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He did a really nice job. And of course, Elizabeth.
Look at that, Ellie.
Talking about lighting up the screen.
I know.
My little hat. My heart breaks every time I see my little hat.
I know.
I will remember.
Did you keep that one?
No, I couldn't because it wasn't
Rental?
ours. They'd rented it. Yeah, what a shame. I tried real hard to steal it and that suit, but I didn't get either. As it happened. No.
We knew that all of you would just sort of like slip into the period pieces so well, just as far as your aesthetic and your faces, and it was
not
remarkable.
a lot of difficult faces.
Not
to
a lot
shoot
of
on the
difficult
screen.
faces, yeah.
Fine.
No. The camera loves you.
Yeah, Joel.
Just in a different way than it loves Elizabeth.
I was saying how on fleek Enoch looks in this episode with his Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, no, very good.
It's the first time we've seen Enoch not in Enoch uniform.
Oh, I miss you guys. I miss all of you very much.
Miss you too. I just had a question for Enver. Someone asked Enver, how was it to play Sousa again after so many years not play? Like, when was the last time you played Sousa before this episode?
Years ago. I mean, God, I can't remember. It must have been like 3 or 4 years. The time kind of flew. It was great. I mean, it was, the nice thing is that the existential, oh my God, Gary's got a B cam now.
Gary's got a beat
Oh,
down. Wait,
oh my God.
Gary,
There it
turn
is.
your phone off.
So much.
Gary's got 2 angles.
You know,
Got 2 angles.
Jed and Marissa let me use all the cameras. Jed and Marissa let me use all the cameras I wanted. I had to hold off right here.
I know. I thought this was a wonder, Gary. I thought this was a wonder.
This budget's getting out of control. This
Oh,
budget's out
boy.
of control.
All right.
Gary, that's so funny. I can't want to.
Enver, I want you to know I'm cooking. I didn't run away because you were speaking. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
Here, let me scoot you over, Benny, so you don't have to lean.
Enver's so when you put the costume back on, Enver, were you like, oh,
Yes.
that's who I am?
So, there's usually a new job. There's the existential dread of, oh my God, they're going to hate me. Luckily, this one, they went in eyes wide open about what they were getting, because they'd been able to see the character. So, there was it was just less existential dread. It's more like, okay, do I remember how to do this? But, it's, I played the character for quite a while, so it was just right back into it. And
So glad they didn't ask that.
They what?
They didn't go to you and say, we want to bring back Susan, but we're going to try a different actor. No,
Right.
just,
I don't think
That would have been tough.
I mean, that would have just been messed up in general, but also to our friendship. I think
pretty
it's
horrible.
not a good thing.
That would have been tough. Or like having to audition for it, like in the room,
Oh, yeah.
like with the sides, you know, like.
Yeah.
Like,
Could you do it a little bit more like the original guy?
Yeah.
That was Megan Gould who asked that question. Thanks, Megan. Just FYI.
Hey, Megan.
Hi, Megan.
Megan. Because you guys, Enver, Mo, and Jed, have known each other forever.
Yeah, we met during the days of Dollhouse.
12 years.
Dollhouse.
Yep.
Years. Yeah.
A little while ago on this TV show called Dollhouse. And yeah, where we were all youngins. We were the young
I
the
looked
kids.
at pictures of us then, and I was like, oh, there's hope in their eyes.
I know. Just a picture like
Yeah.
like
I feel like
everything is
that-
always
whole
It was
world
2
ahead of
years.
me. Yeah.
2 years of like,
Yeah.
everything is always gonna be great forever.
Yeah.
Right?
we would always tell Enver plot points ahead of time because he'd always go, oh, that's so awesome.
Oh,
What, in
man.
Doll's House?
Huh?
In Doll's House you did? Or in
In
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
In
Oh,
Dollhouse. No, in
I-
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. we
you
told
got
nobody
plot points
anything.
before? Yeah, okay, few.
I know. We definitely had different protocol on the other show.
Can I ask if it was Leitner's idea or another writer in the room that Deke was a toaster salesman?
I think that might have been later. I know it was Jeff Bell's idea to do black and white. I remember when we first started the season, he said, I think we can earn black and white.
Oh, it's so cool. But
Yeah,
what was a better idea, black or white or Deke being a toaster salesman?
It's a good question, but it's like,
Yeah.
How unique to do a black and white episode. How often do you see black and white episodes on television?
Well,
I mean, how entire
think-
black
yeah.
and white.
I think
So-
everyone who's watching this season is discovering how unique we are going with it.
Yeah.
And you
It's
know what,
not
guys?
over.
It keeps going.
Yeah.
So you think you're surprised now, just you wait.
So one of the things I love about it though is that I think that in tone with our show, we've never done things like it's not a gimmick, right? It actually has a story point. It has a logic in that he's an LMD. And so that aspect of it was an instant sell. It's not that thing of like, well, can we pull that off? Like, no, it makes total sense. And then, I won't spoil the
I don't know
justification,
where
but-
are we in the episode of this? Oh, I see. Not quite.
So yeah, we're with Malik and I think I might have spoiled that Deke's a toaster salesman.
Oh, Elizabeth.
Oh,
Hang on, that's Marvel. 1 second.
There's only like 3 people viewing this thing anyway. I mean, it's
Yeah, it does.
Three
Yeah,
very loyal people.
yes.
So what were you going to say, Mo, or would it be a spoiler?
Say it again. What'd you say? What would be a
It might have
spoiler?
been I think you were going to say a spoiler because we're not at the end yet.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Well, no, I won't say it then. 'Cause-
But anyway,
yeah, go ahead.
the black and white is justified, which is cool. Isn't that cool? It's cool.
So
very cool.
Do you have more questions? Because I'm out of things to talk about.
Oh my God, yeah, okay. Here we go. Oh, Swaggertron needs another shout out. I
Swaggertron.
don't remember saying
Swaggertron.
anything to Swaggertron. Oh, someone's told him off for spamming. Oh, can we say hi to Quinn, who's in hospital and he really needs a pick-me-up? And then there's a picture of a lemon.
Oh, hi,
I'll
Quinn.
see you, Quinn.
Hi, Quinn.
Feel better, Quinn.
Feel better soon.
Let's see.
Speaking of lemons, where's that guy?
Yeah, he said he's coming in. He said, I'm going to come in at 7:30. Well,
We're now at 7:50.
he's
So-
late. Oh, my little hat's on screen now. I wonder if anyone might send me one.
The lovely, lovely hat.
So it's Simmons and Yo-Yo and May, and they're sort of trying to figure out what is going on with her.
And the clothes are just amazing.
The clothes are amazing. Was it so fun, Mo, seeing all the pictures of the costumes coming through?
Oh my gosh, that was that, you know I live for that stuff.
Yeah, costume fittings were so fun.
And just, Whitney was amazing. She's always been such an amazing collaborator, and then to see her just go wild with all of this was exciting. Yeah.
And then as the director, Gary, you get a say in that stuff too, right? Like you help to.
Well, I don't think that Maurissa needed any help, so I certainly didn't get involved in that.
Yeah, I feel like
such an amazing look, though, Maurissa, throughout the course of the series and this season so far and coming up. Really wonderful.
Yeah.
So good. And I can't wait for the last scene to come on. That was, I won't say till then. But what I was saying before, which kind of relates to it, is that we shot so much exterior in LA this episode, because it was, is this the first ever episode that was set in LA?
No.
The pilot was.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sure.
Remember that thing from a long, long time ago?
Oh my gosh, we should
Holy
watch
moly.
the pilot.
Oh, we should do an episode once we're done. Oh, I know. Once
Speaking of Los Angeles and the way this episode was set in Los Angeles in the 50s, how fun was that to be able to shoot at the locations we shot at?
Oh my God.
I mean, we've already seen the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel during the episode so far. I mean, to be able to shoot the front of the hotel, inside the lobby, out at the swimming pool, make it rain at night, lightning. It was just such a thrill for me, and such exciting locations for an episode like this. Not to mention shooting out on the train for a couple of days, day and night, and fight scene on the train. I mean, how fortunate were all of us to be able to be involved in something like that, and then to be able to find a neighborhood.
Where all our money went.
Gary, are you talking about the poop train?
Yes, we heard about the poop train.
I told them about the poop train.
Funny story. And Ver, do you want to tell it?
He did.
I already told them all about poop train. I mean, it was literally like everybody's. I mean, I can't even tell you how many people looked at me and said, like, "Can you believe this is so awesome?" And it was like all aboard, and we got on. It was like, "Gah." And like that must have shook loose. It was like the moment that you couldn't get off the train anymore is when you could see people starting to go like, oh my God. Oh.
So what did you do if you needed to go use the bathroom?
You just didn't. You didn't.
I
Your
didn't.
body was okay with it. They knew, your body knew that
If you gotta go, you better go now, because the train's pulling out of the station.
Ooh, it was very intense. It's one of those things where people are like, "Oh my God, so cool to be an actor!" Like, I mean, you're like, yeah. Luckily, we don't have smell-o-vision yet, so.
No. Gary, in this episode, you have loads of group scenes where all the actors are together in a small space and you've got to try and make your day. How do you wrangle us all? Because I feel like because we know you so well and we all absolutely love you, we maybe are a bit naughtier for you than other people. Speaking of somebody who could be naughty.
You all were pretty naughty, that's for sure.
Gary Brown, how dare you, the naughtiest one of all.
Jeff Ward, did you look in the mirror before you came on?
Gary Brown, I haven't looked in the mirror in 3.5 months.
Oh, bro, are you sequestered in some motel somewhere?
This is where I live, but thanks, Gary.
Are you preparing for a role right now, Jeff?
Yeah.
What's going on?
This is just who I am, you guys.
Oh, Jeff, you look lovely.
No, listen.
What an actor you are, then.
Gary, don't do this to me on live YouTube.
You open yourself up for that one. Come on now.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
Hi, Enver. Hi, Joel. Hi, Mo. Hi, Benny.
Hello.
Hi, Zach.
You have to say hello to Enver's plants as well.
Yeah.
I've met those plants. I love those plants.
Do they have names?
Yes.
They do. They do. One and all. It would take too long, but no, they
I'll
don't.
take it
They
from
don't have
here.
them.
Gordon.
I need your sage advice on how to keep plants alive.
Oh, say.
Don't do anything for 3 months and constantly monitor them without going outside at all. Then it's really easy.
Quarantine.
Keep the light constant.
Yeah.
It has to be sunlight, right? You have to have them by a window.
It's actually
Jeff-
overwatering. Overwatering is the number one cause.
I think, and that's what I do. I feel like, oh my God, I haven't watered in so long, and then they end up drowning.
I really would hijack this whole thing and just talk about plants the rest of the time.
kind of-
How horrible would that be? It's like I showed up for it, and then Jeff showed up, and I was so excited, and then Bear hijacked the entire thing.
Let's talk
Jeff, what
plants.
you been doing,
Gary
man?
was into
Look,
it.
plants. Gary was just saying how we were quite hard to wrangle in big group scenes.
I feel like, especially with you, Gary, because you really bring out the fun-loving spirit in all of us.
You do.
Well, I guess we weren't dancing around the set or other things. We got a little bit of work done.
Oh, just
That is
the
so good.
greatest. Just the
Hey,
greatest.
raise your hand if you're the hardest one to wrangle.
Oh.
Depends on the combination. It depends on the combination, I think.
It's definitely me, and that's fine.
Yeah,
But
but I think that Chloe and I.
Penny.
in a
Chloe's
scene
worse. It's only because
episode-
Chloe's not here. Yeah.
Yeah, but Chloe and I were bad this episode. Like we were a bit. Do you know the scene I'm talking about, Gary? It's not actually been on yet, but Chloe and I were very
Yes.
silly.
When you're in the matching outfits.
Yes.
Yes, but it's not been on yet.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. You were bad. You were bad, but we knew where to find you.
I don't think I've ever had so much fun in my whole life. I mean, now that Jeff has spoiled it, I feel like I can say I am obsessed with matching outfits. And then you put me and Chloe in.
But you don't know what the matching outfits are. I didn't spoil
No, you
that.
don't. No, you don't. And honestly, I've watched this episode, obviously. And so then seeing how you cut that, Gary, you're on us for a split second because that's the only bit of straight face that you got. It was amazing watching that scene back. We were bad.
I think that's as much attention as we can get out of you.
I know, that's it.
Gary, what was your favorite part of directing this episode?
Well, we talked about it a little bit earlier. You know, there was come on, there were so many
This is
beautiful
just for
things.
me. This isn't for the interview. I just want to know.
Every scene that you were in, Jeff.
Oh, thank you. That's the correct answer.
You know, listen, all the scenes were amazing. You know, we talked about a little bit about Joel at the very beginning of this. I mean, to withstand all those scenes in that bar for an entire day or so was pretty amazing. But it was a lot of fun, a lot of laughs.
I mean, exactly. It was fun. I had a blast. You know, anytime I was on the set, I was having fun. So
I'll tell you what. One thing I am consistently hearing these days is how much people love themselves some Enoch.
Oh, yes.
100%.
I am hearing that left, right, and center. I don't know about y'all.
And that's kind of like that's been happening. I think.
I'm talking about 2.5 seasons in the making. That's been
I'm sorry if it's loud over here. We are cooking.
It's
Well,
not bad, but
I say we, but
yeah.
Jen.
Well, you're busy.
that is lovely to hear. Thank you.
Girls are busy. My heart breaks for Enoch this episode though because I feel like he just wants to chat and he's not getting it.
So,
not getting it.
Not getting it. Well,
yeah.
we're in the Roosevelt now. And
Oh yay!
I haven't
it
seen
looks
this.
so
yet.
good.
I didn't get to go to any of these great locations. That's the one thing that I'm very upset about. And I still have.
Gary, could you have done something about that?
No, he wasn't written that way.
Yeah, it just wasn't written out.
Yeah.
That's where Gary's got to come up with some creative direction, Gary. Like, what would you have done?
Oh, Gary. He's
What
only
scene
got one hand.
What scene are we on right now, Elizabeth?
So what's happening is Sousa's walking down a dark corridor in the Roosevelt, and he just handed off the suitcase, and now he's going around the corner and he's just seen someone, and he's like, I thought I lost you, and then a gun came up.
Oh, what is it?
Oh my God!
And then what happened?
He fell in the pool.
Oh gosh.
Oh God.
Oh gosh, and it's raining.
Oh,
How are you watching it?
Yeah. How? I'm not.
Oh, because I am a good girl and signed on to my East Coast stream, private, ABC, what's it?
Wow.
That's a thing.
We're supposed to do that. Yeah.
Sorry, can we get back to the live reactions from Gary, please? Oh no! What's that?
I'm gonna go Dutch.
Oh my gosh, we've just seen the twist. We've just seen the twist that it's actually not.
We need more Dutch.
Is everybody watching this also watching the episode? Or are you going to spoil it for people who are just watching this? I mean, that's the real question you got to ask yourself, you know?
I think.
Oh, well, there's been a big twist.
I feel like people who are watching this understand that there's.
They're watching a live stream.
Yeah, because they can go back and rewatch it when they watch their episode.
How many people are signing in to watch this that are not watching the episode until after this? Because I just feel like that's a mistake.
Yeah,
It could not be, because
They're like, I want to see all the commentary. It's like watching all the DVD commentary for like Apocalypse Now before you watch the movie.
But also, like, who wants to hear us when they're watching it for the first time? Us talk about like, yeah, Jeff Word.
All right, episode now.
Tough to wrangle, if you know what I'm
It's
saying.
And
Anyway.
you push in close on Coulson. You hear Marissa. Yeah, sorry, we're cooking. I didn't.
I'm not being funny, but Chloe and I are on screen now in our matching outfits and matching hats with matching shower cap.
Thank God.
And it's raining.
That's a spoiler.
And it's raining.
And it's raining, so we
And
had
it's
wetsuits
raining.
underneath.
Oh boy.
Gee,
We're in the same room right now, Jeff.
if it weren't for this darned pandemic, Gary, we'd be together.
Right.
Oh, and we're back in color.
Uh,
Another huge spoiler.
with a very clever reason that we won't tell you in the live stream because you're obviously waiting until.
You missed it. We already.
Right.
We already spoiled all that. I think.
Oh, we've spoiled it all. Yeah.
It's all been.
Here's the thing, guys. If you're watching this before you've seen the episode, the rest of the series is not in black and white. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Oh,
shame, because you know what, Jeff, you look good, clean shaven. Also, I will say, other spoiler alert.
Oh,
Nope.
oh.
Juxtaposition.
Gary, what's your favorite version of me with facial hair?
none.
No
Soft as steel.
Did you say soft as a seal?
Smooth as steel.
A smooth seal. Oh, that's so
Gary,
lovely.
wait. Oh, so I have one more question. Was the story already told about Action Gary?
No.
No.
I want to hear it. Do
Do
tell.
we have to hear it, or we're
It's
gonna
a great story. It's a great story.
It's okay, Gary. It's your story to tell. I don't have to.
no, you go.
I
We
think
love you, Gary. We still love you.
It's
No, that's why
because
we love him.
Yeah.
it's why we love.
Yeah,
This is the quintessential why. It's the dedication and the care that just I'm bowled over by. So Gary, there's obviously a lot of voiceover in this episode, and sometimes when we would be filming, we'd be about to film, and you do have to time out some of the shots with the voiceover. So you have to kind of think out loud or say it, to time it so that you know exactly how long a shot should go on so it can cover the voiceover. Now, when we're doing it, Gary Brown, just hands up, one of the greatest directors I've ever known, so committed, goes, because he knows that the voiceover is going to play before the actual action. Action requires its own action. We have to first cue the dialogue, but because Gary was reading the dialogue, he had to cue himself. So before regular action, as you do sometimes, he had to give himself action Gary. So he would be looking at the thing, the camera shot would be ready, and he would go, okay, and
action Gary.
Yeah, but it wasn't that. It was action Gary. It was very quiet.
Only he needed to hear it.
Just to be clear, he said action Gary to himself.
Yes.
But it was action for everybody else, and then
But it was action Gary.
Is that method directing?
It's fully method directing, and you're the first method director I've ever worked with, so I'm honored.
Gary, that is just part of why we love you more and more every day.
You. Plus, sometimes as a director, you gotta act things out too.
That's exactly. You're never afraid to get in there with us and get your hands dirty, so to speak.
Right. Jump in the pool with everybody else.
Oh yeah.
There's a pool in this episode. Did you jump in it?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
I have been in a pool in this show. And
Yes, you've been in
because of Gary that it went so well.
Was he in there with you?
Underwater, he was saying action.
Did you have a big party at the Roosevelt that night, Gary? Because we filmed that at night. Did you stay?
Yes, and maybe.
Because that was the night that I went back home, slept for 20 minutes, and then Zach and I left to fly to New York. And that weekend was when he proposed.
Got engaged.
And I was so tired and maybe a little bit drunk from that day on set.
Wouldn't be the first time.
I said yes.
Oh, I'm so glad. That was such a fun time in our.
It's so funny. I mean, what a great weekend for Elizabeth. Matching outfits with Chloe and then a diamond ring.
And, yeah.
Oh,
Not so bad.
not sad.
Epic.
Thanks for giving us the time off, Gary.
Well,
I mean,
Jen,
the time off.
We're gonna have to go eat this.
yeah,
now.
Jen made us
Yeah,
a
go eat this.
fantastic
We've
meal.
just got the tag. We'll let you know what happens.
Love you guys.
Love that
Love
Latif
you.
shirt, kid.
Wait, what did you make?
It's a shrimp, like a shrimp
like hard to
Asian
see.
slaw.
Shrimp
thing
Asian
Wow.
slaw. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
over rice.
yeah.
Oh.
It's delicious.
Wednesday.
Well, you enjoy that. Nice to see you guys. We love you.
Guys.
Bye, Benny
Love
Sue.
you.
Bye
Bye-bye.
Bye, bye, Benny.
Bye, Benny.
Bye.
Bye, Gary. Bye, Gary's triangle.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Oh.
I'm glad that Gary Brown still has 2 squares in this in here. That's very.
He's got to have the B.
for me.
He's got that B cam ready to go.
That's exactly right. He's directing second unit. I get it, Gary. You need 2 angles, my man. What's going on?
Oh, we're at the tag. It's Malik and somebody else. It's very dark. Hey, well, I think it's somebody else. I can't. Oh, I see who it is. I don't remember the.
Again, if you're with us and not watching the episode, I question what you watch TV like. But
Elizabeth, can you tell how many viewers dropping out.
Question.
Yeah. Yeah, there will be a drop when Jeff.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I guess I'm encouraged. I just mean like, I hope that you can watch it, you know?
Oh, in loving memory of Joe Teagues. That's so lovely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Gary, that is beautiful that you did that. It made me laugh the way you went, yeah. Yeah.
Gary,
No,
what would your number one advice be for somebody that wanted to direct? Like, where do you start when you first, just quickly, because I feel like that's something that people might want to know.
That's a big question. If you want to direct, I think you got to start like we all started. Start with whatever project you can get on and work your way towards that directing position. You know, I think that's what we all went through as we went through growing up in this business. Is you start where you need to start. You get a good observation of what everybody does, and you pick what fits your passion. How was that, Jeff?
That was very impressive, Gary, as per usual.
And this was such a good episode. Congratulations, Gary. It was, I think, it's my favorite so far.
Well, listen, thank you for letting me be part of this, Elizabeth. This was great.
Hey,
Fun.
thanks for letting me be engaged, you know? It couldn't have happened without your permission.
Thanks, Zach.
No, thank you.
Guys, do you have any quick advice if people want to be actors? Because we get a lot of those questions. Jeff, don't take too long.
You guys go.
Jeff, no time limit. Jeff, 1 minute.
Joel, do you have any tips?
Follow your passion, and you better want it bad. That's all I can tell you.
Perfect. And Bear?
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I think yeah, you gotta be down with a whole lot of working for free. There's a lot of auditioning that you do for free. So my job is working for free, and then vacations, sometimes they hire me. So that's the vacation. So if you think about it that way, and you're down with doing a lot of speculative work for free for people, this is the best job in the world. You're gonna love it.
That's such a good way of putting it, and that's why you're so lovely to work with too. Because, what are you gonna say, Gary?
I just said that was well put.
Yeah.
So much.
I would say if the best advice I have is get in touch with G.A. Brown at gmail.com. Or Gary, Garry, Brown at agentsofshielddirector.com. Either of those, that is my best advice for getting your foot in the door.
Any other advice, JW?
Besides emailing Gary Brown, I don't know.
You gotta be able to grow a mustache. That's for sure.
You gotta be talking stash, and you gotta be. Hey, I'll say this: if you like it, try learning about it and take classes in it when classes are a thing again. And if you like it, then the free work won't seem so bad. Just like Enver said, because that's a good way of looking at it.
I feel like you slipped into 50s mode then. I really enjoyed it.
Well, listen, the other thing is you got to get in touch with Gary A. Brown, okay?
What is this character you're doing, Jeff?
He's Gary Brown's agent. He's just telling you that the way to work is Gary Brown. You hear me?
I'm loving it. I'm loving this guy.
God.
Whoever he is.
Well, that's a good place to end. This episode's end.
Or is it just beginning?
What we're gonna do? Gary, thank you for doing this. Thanks, Enver. Thanks. I wanted to say Enoch. Thanks, Joel.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So great to see you guys. So great
Way
to
to
see
go,
you guys.
Gary Brown. Gary Brown for the episode. Way to go.
Gary Brown.
You guys all made me look good. Thank you. Thank
Such
you.
a great episode, GB.
You
Thank
rock,
you.
baby.
Thank you all very much.
Bye,
Love
you
y'all.
guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.